Next, herewith I'll give a lecture about the supplemental traffic survey planned in this demand forecasting work by our team. And currently, Mr. Ushiroka is mainly in charge of the discussion with the survey companies. And so any feedback also will come from him, I think. I hope. As explained in the previous session, the demand forecasting model is developed by expanding the result of person trip survey, which collects the 1% of the metropolitan population. And this information is collected by the accumulations of the personal answers. For example, when you visited the one families, Daddy said, yesterday I commuted from home to my workplace and visited the market and go back to home. Second, yesterday, his son. Yesterday I went to the school and visited the friend's house and go back to home. Third one is maybe mommy. Yesterday I visited the market and back to home directly. And such kind of answers is converted into the OD tables. Yes, and it will be expanded by the populations by number of samples by zone. And if the subsamples is biased, the bias will grow as the expansions, and it will be the so-called inappropriate OD tables. And inappropriate OD table will be the inappropriate traffic demand forecasting and inappropriate policy making, and inappropriate project. Yes. To avoid such a kind of confusions, the calibrations of the OD table is necessary. To calibrate the OD table, screen line surveys is conducted. In other words, the validity of the PT survey with a few % of the sampling rate is just secured by the screen line calibration. And to collect the traffic data from out of the study area, cordon line survey is conducted. Because this survey is conducted for the households living in the study area. The trip to or from out of the study area can't be captured. That's why the cordon line survey is necessary. There is a definition of the cordon line and screen line in demand forecasting. Cordon line is defined as a line, closed polygon surrounding the study area. Vehicles and passengers from to the study area will cross the line, are captured. Screen line is a hypothetical line drawn so to divide the study area into two areas. Why does it need to divide into two areas? Will be explained later part. Then firstly, I would like to explain about the cordon line survey. The adjustment by cordon line survey data is explained, and the cordon line is a line enclosing the study area, and traffic information on the line is collected. Cordon line survey includes two types of survey. First one is a traffic count survey. The number of vehicles is counted by vehicle type and by direction at the same location as the interview survey. And second one, interview surveys, is there to conduct an interview, vehicle drivers or bus passengers at roadside to collect information about origin and destination of their trip. Because the interview surveys is conducted and to make a stop the vehicles, drivers, and boarding the bus and asking some interview. Such kind of surveys need corporations by the traffic policies. Yes. So in this lecture, I would like to get the permission or get support to get the permission from the traffic police and give her some participant some support from the traffic police. And at this moment, this figure shows the tentative locations of the code online surveys, and Mr. Ushiroka will plan the site visit, and then the survey will be conducted or not. This page shows the form of the OD interview survey. Origin, vehicle type, travel cost, the number of passengers, and the travel path destinations are collected. And for freight traffic, the cargo type, loading conditions are also collected. Of course, the number of traffic by vehicle type is also collected. Additionally, the number of traffic count per the number of samples collected by OD interview will be the expansion factor. Yes, by vehicle types. And it will be converted into the OD table between external area. Then, okay, this is what you are waiting for. Yes, another exercise I prepared, and let me share the link. I will give some the link to the chat box. And I would like you to answer the question in 2 minutes. Yes, there is a OD interview result. Yes. And someone answered, go to zone 1. Someone is come from by motorcycles, and then he answered, go to zone 2. And car, zone 3. Bus, and answer zone 2. Like this, in totally 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 OD interview result is collected. And in the traffic count, there is 200 cars and 50 motorcycles and 100 buses and 50 trucks are collected. From these two results, and what is the expansion factors of the following the 4 vehicles? Okay, let me reset the lab. Okay, now start. Okay. Anyway, you can want to answer. I would like you to answer. However, let me go to the show the answers. Yes. Yes. For the private car, there are 200 traffic volumes, and 2 samples is collected. So the expansion factor will be the 100. And motorcycles, 50 traffics and 2. So as a result, 25 expansion factors. The public bus transport, 100 and 2. So the expansion factor will be the 50. Last, the truck is the 50 vehicles and 1 samples. So it will be the 50s. And as a result, the 100 and 1 is a zone 1 and 1 is a zone 3. So you can multiply the expansion factors. As a result, 1 car is come to the zone 1 and 1 car is go to zone 3. As a result, 200 buses is founded. Like this, the OD tables from to the external zones is converted in the OD tables and to be reflected to the whole city traffic demand models. But please understand that such high expansion factors must be avoided because the high expansion factor meaning the high bias, you know. Yes. So the 50 is the so-called the minimum necessary to be achieved. So the 10 to 20 is must be achieved for the good traffic demand forecasting result. But this is just my opinion based on our experiences. So please understand that the high expansion factors must be avoided. Other further topics and how to adjust the OD interview results will be explained this. And from the codon line survey, in totally, the 4 types of the trips can be assumed. First one, the main target is the external trips made by non-resident to from the study area. Actually, these trips can't be captured in the person trip survey, household interview surveys for the residents in the study area. That's why this is a main, I can say that this is a main target of the codon line survey. Second one is the external trips to from the study area made by the residents on the study area. Yes. The trips is eventually can be captured in the person trip survey also. You know, yes, someone, according to the person trip survey, someone might answer they are going out to the study area, to the NAIROBI metropolitan area. Yes. But such kind of trip also may not be reflected from the number of these trips. If you can find some such kind of trips is also captured by the OD interview survey, the OD tables, original OD tables also shall be adjusted. Third one, yes, this orange line is the external trips made by non-residents through the study area, which is not have a destination within the study area. This is so-called the slow traffic. The traffic also can't be captured in the person trip survey also. And more complicated issues. The trips actually cross the codon line at minimum 2 times. If such kind of traffic is expected, the expansion factors such what I explained today must be modified. Fourth one is I think it's a very, very rare case. However, the expansion, this trip made by resident within study area. Yes, someone going out at once. However, they have destinations within the study area. Such trip also cross the codon line at several times, so that it will be considered to set the expansion factors. Let me show the example of in this NAIROBI metropolitan area. Yes, trip 1 and 2 is very simple. Trips going to from the study area. And trip 3 is passing the NAIROBI metropolitan area. Of course, so many traffic have a destination to the NAIROBI metropolitan area. However, some such kind of trips also can be captured in the survey. And 4 case 4 is, I think it's a very rare cases. However, such kind of trips firstly go out and crossing the study area, again crossing the study area, and come to here. Such kind of trips is also estimated. Yes. In that cases, yes, this expansion factors must be considered. They made the trips more than 4 times. Yes. So this is such kind of mixture with such kind of trips is will affect about how to consider the expansion factors. Details will be avoided to explain. However, such kind of phenomenon can be considered under according to the city's structure. Such kind of issues also can be found.
In the item. Okay.
Then go back to the survey form. Sorry?
I think someone's speaking. Is it okay?
Maybe it's just a mistake. You can continue.
All right. Okay. Thank you.
Then go back to the survey form of the interview survey. Please check B4. Yes. Which route did you take up to the point? If we find some trips that the origin and destination pattern seems to be strange for foreigner, we could check the travel path carefully, and the data will be utilized to modify the expansion factors as I explained. Already 1 hour, however. Next is a screen line survey. Screen line is a hypothetical line drawn so to divide the study area into 2 areas. The study results are utilized to calibrate the current OD matrix. Principle for selecting screen line surveys are as follows. First one, grasp measure traffic movement. Second one, minimize the number of survey stations according to the survey cost. Third one is a traffic count and occupancy survey are necessary to conduct it. Fourth one, the 24-hour survey is necessary. According to these criteria, in the many cities, river or railway tend to be selected as a screen line of the city. The figure visualizes the adjustment process by the screen line survey data. Through the traffic survey, the number of persons cross the screen line are summarized and compared with the sum figure computerized by the person trip survey result. For example, according to the OD tables developed by the person trip surveys, trips crossing the screen line survey also can be captured and summarized. And these values is just compared with the actual traffic count data. And the adjustment factors by vehicle types can be estimated. As one of the main major issues of the public transport demand forecasting, household interview surveys, including the person trip survey, may be difficult to collect the information from high-income group because, they are very sensitive about to share their socioeconomic informations. So the high rejection ratio is considered as a problem in the person trip survey. It's mainly for the developing countries. If, as a result, the number of trips by private vehicles, car, motorcycles, which are mainly made by high-income groups, couldn't be captured. If the sample rate of the person trip survey is 1.0%, the expansion factors of trips is generally 100, of course. So if the number of high-income groups trips is less than the actual conditions of the cities. You know, the traffic volumes by the private car in the demand forecasting stage is tend to be very lower. As a result, the traffic congestion in the demand forecasting is not less severe than the actual condition. So that's why the screen line adjust survey and the calibrations is necessary. According to the, in some my experiences, according to the screen line adjustment, the expansion factors of strips by car will be increased into the 200 or 500. This is how this result shows how difficult to conduct the person trip survey, household interview survey to the high income groups. Here is I show the examples of the screen line in other countries. In Japan, you know, so many screen lines are developed, and most of them are conducted by annually. And there's some vehicle detector is already installed in the major roads, and the traffic volume can be collected partially automatically. In Metro Manila, capital region in Philippines, there is large river crossing the region, and it is considered as a north-south screen line. In Hanoi City, capital city in Vietnam, there is also large river crossing the region, and it is considered as a screen line. Like this, many major cities have been emerged along the water bodies. In such cities, the screen line can be drawn easily. So as I have visited many Asian cities, and most of them are surrounded by the water body, so that it is relatively easy to conduct a screen line survey. On the other hand, how about your city? Yes, you know, NAIROBI city doesn't have a large river. Yes, I have some difficulty to set a screen line. However, there is a commuter railway across the metropolitan area. So we decided to select the railway line as a screen line of the demand forecasting work in this project. And it's a little bit can be considered not cross the center line. However, I can conclude that the major traffics, mainly east-west sides, east-west directions, can be captured through this screen line selection. Yes, but on the railway line, there is totally 42 spots as a tentative survey sites. But it is too hard to carry out for all locations in terms of the cost and the survey period. So we visited all the screen line stations and classified into 3 categories. First one is a road over bridges or level crossing with a certain traffic volumes. In that site, traffic count and occupancy count both are conducted. Second one is the level crossings with a small traffic volumes. In that cases, I propose to collect only the traffic count by using the CCTV. And third one, and level crossings, only the pedestrian or bicycle can cross. Such kind of sites, I think we can avoid to conduct a survey. And from this QR codes, now I prepare the details of the locations, each locations, so that you can refer easily. Let me show the. Yes. Yes. I visited all the sites, and this site is closed. Yes, mainly major traffic and minor roads. Such kind of classifications is conducted. I would like you to review it later. Okay, and this is the last part of my presentations, and yes, what you want. Yes, here is I prepare the last exercise. Answer. Yes. I would like you to answer that question via the Google form. Later, I will share the link. Yes, according to the figures in the tables. For example, initial OD meanings that OD tables developed in the person trip survey. From 2 to 1, from zone 1 to 2, west side and east side, such kind of traffic volumes can be estimated. And according to the traffic count on the screen line, such kind of traffic volumes is estimated. And this is one of the points. And from the cordon line surveys, some trips from crossing this trips is collected. As the result, B minus C can be shown in these tables. Then, please consider how to adjust the traffic volume from the initial OD to this traffic volumes. The initial OD tables to be used, eventually to be used for the demand forecasting works. But this traffic volumes is higher than the actual traffic conditions. So to adjust the traffic volumes, you can just D/A is the answer of the adjustment ratio. So the 1800 per 3000. As a result, 0.6 is the figure. And according to the survey form, according to the result of the survey form, most of them are understand the question. However, someone is the mistake about the AA per D. Yes, not the D per A. Yes, so that if you can understand the purpose of this surveys and the calibration method, I think that you have some already enough knowledge about how to calibrate the OD tables and for the demand forecastings. So please understand the screen line calibrations is how to see the gap between the modeled transport and actual transport. And additionally, not only for the overall OD tables, the locational traffic volumes also must be considered. Yes. You can see that these values, this is the figure shows the plotting the actual conditions and actual surveyed traffics and assigned traffics in the demand forecasting stages. And you can compare the figures and shown some plotting these volumes. But this is in the practical fields. The traffic volumes gap between the actual between the surveyed traffics and the modeled traffic must be within the 15% higher or 50% smaller. If the most of all traffic volume, mainly for the main road with the high traffic volumes, within this gap coverage ranges. The demand forecasting models seems to be the appropriate modeling. If this shows a very huge gap between the actual and the modeled one, some load network condition must be reviewed and revised it. This is shown to improve the traffic demand models in terms of the network settings. And these issues also will be explained in the later part of our project. Okay, that's all for my 2 presentations, and thank you so much. So already this is passing the 20 minutes. So I would like to have some discussion time for more than 10 minutes. Thank you so much. 回答5人で止まっとるわ。
Thank you so much for
Hawaii-san.
Tose-san.
Yes, yes.
Yes, I'm opening the floor to anybody who has questions for you.
Yeah. When? Any time is okay. But and in the other days, I will prepare these lectures into the movie. As a result, when the movie is completed and shared with you, and I will I would like you to get the answers within the 2 or 3 days.
Okay, Tose-san, that is well captured. So does anybody have a question?
なんかくれないとね、寂しいよ。20人来てんだから。
Google フォーム入ってってやりたくなっちゃう。何がどうだったのか。
あ、そうね。これ、なんか質問を尋ねてないもんね。Okay, with some web archives in terms of the YouTube movies, I will give some form also. And if you have any questions in any topics, and I'm very welcome about the issues. Oh, hi. Does anyone have raise a hand?
Yeah, I can see Engineer Jongi.
Yes, yes. Jongi-san, hi.
Thank you very much, Professor San.
Yeah.
It's just the form that has the stations along the railway line. The screen
Yes.
line.
Screen line, yes.
Yes. I
Oh,
was, yes.
Stations. I see. I see. Along the screen, yes, some stations, including some footpaths but actually the main purpose of the screen line survey is to capture the motor traffics. So the sections that the motor traffics can pass is considered. So basically stations is not included in this demand forecasting works. And currently there is not so many persons go out using the railway. So at this moment, such kind of foot traffics can be excluded from the demand forecasting state.
Thank you.
Yeah, しかし、昨日聞いた質問してきますね。なかなか。はい。ソフィエさん。
Yes. Hi, Professor. Thank you for the presentation. Mine is just a question.
Yes, yes. Hi.
You've said that you'll share the presentation in a movie format.
Yes, yes.
Okay, and so it will be shared now to the specific email addresses or to how will
In the working group, WhatsApp group, I will share.
Okay. And we need to submit the assignment preferably in 2 working days.
Submits. Sorry, do you want me? What do you
Sorry,
want?
because they in the presentation there, I've seen in the chats there's some form that we need to submit.
Need to submit. But I actually very small form. What is clear for you or not, and what part is unclear for you? So the additional explanation is necessary or not, and they give some and welcoming some specific questions about the public transport for demand forecasting issues. Such kind of form is planned. So that basically, I would like you, all of participants wants to answer these questions. However, I think you don't need to think that it's such kind of that's a hard work. Yeah.
Okay.
Does anybody else have a question?
読んだやつか。
梅村さん回答してくれてないじゃん。OK。
私わかんないんだもんだって。マジで。
わかんないって答えてくる、ね。OK。sorry、ジェームスさんを。
毎回さらっと最初からずらっと何話したか、リキャプチャー、復習が、してくれると、最初からね、今日はこれをやりましたみたいな感じで、ちょっと言っていただくとありがたいんですけど。
はい、そうですね。OK。じゃあ、let me summarize our today's topics. Yes. First one, I explained about the socioeconomic framework, the importance of the demand forecasting works, and how to estimate it. But this is just the early stages and the basic understanding about the demand of socioeconomic frameworks in the demand forecasting stages. So if the more strict figure for the baseline informations and the future target year informations are fixed, draftly fixed. I will discuss with the working group 2 and 3 members. And in parallel, I'm still waiting about some input from mainly from the NTSA. So that I would like you to appreciate, if you can facilitate the communications with the NTSA under our project, our expert team. And the second topics, this is I explained about the screen line surveys and the cordon line survey, which is currently ongoing by our project team also. Then how to adjust the traffic count, traffic survey data to adjust the OD tables from the person trip surveys, and how to set the locations is featured. So this survey is also ongoing. So the traffic survey results also will be shared to every participant in this lecture. I'm not sure. Some participants. So according to the results, and you can see the results and the calibration process to make more understandings about the demand forecasting field and exercise. Okay, that's all for my reports about the summarizations of the demand for today's lecture.
Okay, thank you, Futose-san, for taking us through your lecture. It's very well much appreciated. I think the issue on the data from NTSA and KNBS, we're following up with Akbar-san. So once we get that data, I think we'll update you on that. We also want to take the time to appreciate all the participants. I know you had a busy day. Thank you for attending this lecture. And we are recording it and we'll share to the WhatsApp groups for those who had not entered the training on time. So thank you very much, Futose-san. I think if any of the participants have any questions, they can forward to our team on the WhatsApp groups and we'll follow up. I think thank you very much, Futose-san, Otsuka-san.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Hi.
Okay. I think we close the meeting with that.
Thank you very much.
Okay, Karen-san, can you share the meeting records?
Yeah, actually, I'm the one who's recording. I'll share it as soon as
Yes,
possible.
exactly. You are the host. Okay. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Okay, just see you next time.
Thank you.
Okay, arigato.
Bye-bye.
Thank you so
arigatou gozaimasu.
much.
See you next time. See you. Thank you. Bye.
See you next time.